Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Learn About. My name is Alec. Thank you for coming. Today's subject is Halloween. Are you ready to go? Let's do this. A video by National Geographic once called Halloween a patchwork holiday, meaning a single holiday made up of many different traditions from many different cultures. And indeed, they are right. While we may think of Halloween as a simple holiday where kids go up to people's houses and say, trick or treat, the history of Halloween is much more complex. Halloween is a combination of two words, Hallow, which means holy or holy person, and then een, which means eve. So put together the eve of the holy person day, Halloween, Hallows Eve. It is named that way because October 31st, the day Halloween takes place, is the day before All Saints' Day, a traditional holiday for the Catholic Church. But don't think that Halloween has its origins as a Christian holiday. Halloween even goes way back further than that. See, Halloween has its origins in Ireland during the time of the Celts, an ancient civilization that was around before the birth of Christ. And the day of Halloween was, like many cultures from back then and even today in parts of the world, a day for the celebration of harvest time, where they would harvest all their crops for the dreadful winter which was to come. During this day, the Celts believed that the line between the land of the living and the land of the dead was very, very thin. Indeed, there were many different rituals that the Celts had to do in order to make sure that they were not themselves brought to the world of the dead. This included doing sacrifices. At this time, Celtic people put themselves around a big bonfire. There, they would sacrifice animals and even sometimes people. Years later, when the Romans conquered the British Isles, the Romans brought with them to that island the religion of Christianity, and the church, attempting to convert the pagans from their demon-like holidays, tried to transform the Halloween of the Celts to the Halloween of the church. And though the church tried to remove many of those paganistic elements, lots of those elements still remain to this day. For example, in the Middle Ages, we see origins of costumes as people who were afraid to get caught by spirits wore costumes and masks in order to disguise themselves. What is more is people going door to door offering one thing for another thing. Back in the 1800s, poor people would go to more wealthier people's houses and ask for food in exchange for a promise that they would pray for their loved ones in the day of All Saints' Day. And obviously, we can see similarities of the traditions of people dressing up in costumes and going door to door asking for a treat in much of the customs of the American Halloween tradition today. But the question is, how? How did the traditions found in Ireland and the British Isles come over across to America? Well, much of the Halloween we know today comes from the mass immigration of Irish people during the Irish potato famine in the 1800s. There, Irish brought their customs and cultures of Halloween into the United States. There was a certain rowdiness about Halloween that allowed people, especially young people, to be themselves. And thus, it caught on quickly in the United States. And during the 20th century, it grew and grew. But nowhere did it grow larger than in the middle of the 20th century, where businesses sought to take advantage of the newfound traditions to make some money. And thus, you have more businesses pushing out Halloween products, encouraging purchases of candy, costumes, etc. And Halloween started to become a big thing in suburban America. And now, Halloween is as big as ever, and it seems like it has no plans to stop. In this year of 2022, it is projected that spending for Halloween will be over $10 billion, an increase from the years before. Similarly, polls show that the number of people who say they will celebrate Halloween in any sort of way has kept steady at 70% over the past 7 years. But wait, there's more, because Halloween has not just become a popular holiday in the United States, it is growing and becoming a popular holiday all across the world. Due to America's media and globalization, Halloween has spread to places like Germany, Japan, and England. But, of course, it's not being accepted with open arms everywhere. There are people who criticize Halloween as being another form of American imperialism or American commercialism. And in fact, there are countries, such as those countries in the Middle East, who outright ban Halloween for being, of course, a Christian and pagan holiday. But there is no doubt that Halloween has a staying power that is very hard to take down. We all know what a Halloween in the United States looks like. But tell me in the comments section below, what is Halloween like where you live? Go ahead, type it in the comments. Practice writing out some English, and I'll help correct you if you make any mistakes. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you for watching this video, and please leave a like so I know that you guys want more of these types of videos in the future. Till then, I'll see you next time, and happy Halloween.